What's happening? Hey, hello everybody. Welcome, Toby, Layla, Beachers. Joined today by some very special guests, Ellie and Carol. Say hello. Lovely ladies.
Hi.
We wanted to jump on this hangout today for a very specific reason. Now, it is Valentine's Day, so no matter if you're watching this today or you're watching this in weeks or months to come, happy Valentine's Day when it comes to you. We wanted to jump on for this hangout and just basically open up because Carol and Ellie just had their, was it your first $3,000 day?
First 3,000, yes. Yeah.
First 3,000. They just had their first $3,000 day, and I want you to think about that for a moment here. Making a little bit more, because the average household is making anywhere from $1,800 to $2,600. Making what an average month in one day. So we're going to be sharing some insights, some tips, some strategies on how that's happened. Now, before we bring out our special guest, I want Layla to share her story of how she knows Ellie and Carol and the impact they've had on her and vice versa. Now, you'll have to, poor Layla's not had her like 3 or 4 days, so.
I'm doing the best that I can, though. It's I call it the sexy bedroom voice. Ooh. So when I met Carol and Ellie, it was, you know, not what you would expect. You know, you think, okay, they're in the baby boomer realm, but they just totally were on fire. Ellie is like a ninja when it comes to this internet stuff, and so outspoken, so authentic. That's what I love about them. They just speak from the heart. They tell it like it is, and they're not afraid to show exactly who they are. It's awesome to see that these two blogging baby boomers have really come on the scene and embraced, you know, not being afraid that they're older, or not being afraid that they're different, or not being afraid of who they are, just totally accepting it and being okay with it, and then seeing these amazing results from that whole process of embracing and loving who we are. So if you're out there and you're watching this and you're thinking, oh, you know, I can never do that blogging thing, I couldn't do that, Carol can be one to attest that you do not have to be a technical wizard to be successful. You don't have to know all the ins and outs. You don't have to grow up with this social media age. It can be a learned skill. That more and more. I'm seeing her on Facebook. I'm seeing her all over my news feed. She's blowing up on comments. So I'm just excited that you guys get to plug in with their story and hear a little bit of a different perspective.
Just peed all over the floor.
She just peed on my phone.
Flip with that. So, yeah, ladies, please come out and everybody can get to know you, your story, where you're at, where you come from, and some things you've been doing recently to get these awesome results.
Okay. Well, I'm Ellie. I'm the Ellie of this group, the Ellie and Carol, and I am techie because I've been on the internet for a lot of years, but not doing this, you know. So, you know, when I first got into this business, Carol was like, yeah, whatever. I don't know what you're doing, but whatever. And, you know, and I went to my first event in Denver, and that was it for me. You know, that's when I got all in, was after Denver. And still Carol was like, I don't know. And then she came with me to Washington, to the event in Washington, and that was a huge shift for you, yes, you know. And for me, it was about this business, I believe, is grassroots. Grassroots, average people, okay, being able to help average people, and then have a very non-average day of $3,000. I mean, that blows my mind. And the community, you know, we're so grateful to know you and Layla and B, who must be running around there somewhere. And you know, being able to work with you folks and learn from you, you know, and that people are able to do that. We're able to put our hands out and to say to somebody, look, if the baby boomers can do this, come on.
Yeah.
What's your,
Well, I had a long time career and found myself into corporate America and got into that rabbit hole where more and more work, less and less staff, more and more expectations, more and more constraints. And when it reached the point where they told me that they were not going to give me my time off, which I had plenty of, to go to some of these events, I said, that's it. I'm done. Now, it was a little hard because I was planning on transitioning gradually, but all of a sudden one day I just said, I can't do this anymore. I was getting too depressed, and I said, that's it. I handed in my resignation and jumped in all the way with Ellie. No plan B. We're going to do this.
Right, no plan
Let's
B.
do it. At first, I was wondering, what on earth is Ellie into? But then after I went to that first event, I said, oh, man, this is good stuff. I'm liking this. Yeah.
That's awesome. And you shared something there that was extremely, extremely powerful. And I want to just expand on it, double click on it really quickly. Because you said you jumped in both feet, not really knowing what you're doing, but you didn't have a plan B.
Right.
And having that mentality is a big part of how you're getting the results that you're getting. Because a lot of people, and please, you guys share some insight to this too, you feel that everybody that you see in this industry, online and traditional network marketing, who don't get the results, they're almost taking the dabbling mindset into what they're doing, right? So they've been in a company for 6 months or a year or 2 years. They say they're in it, they're working, but they're like Carol just said, they're kind of toe in the water, and they have a plan B. Their life isn't as bad as it could be, so they're kind of like, well, I'm doing this, but I'm not really all in mentally. Can you guys share some insight and your feelings towards that too?
Well, that's kind of scary that people still do that, because today your plan B or your C or D can fall right out from underneath you. Okay? It's just, and people that are even counting on jobs. Look what's happened to people today. There's no such thing. We grew up, this through baby boomers, we grew up being taught that, all right? You get a good education, you get a good job, and then you retire and live happily ever after. That fell apart on us, and we really believed that, and that fell apart on us. So people that are believing that, but what you're saying, I see people come in these businesses, and they want to be paid, they want the pay, but they want to treat it like a hobby. If you treat it like a hobby, you'll get back hobby results. They might be pretty, but they're not, they're not paying your mortgage.
I had written a blog a couple of weeks ago about the two adjectives, persistence, well, not nouns actually, they are, persistence and consistency. And I believe that in order to make this business work, in order to have some success in it, you need to be consistent, and that's every day, and we are at it every day.
Yeah.
And persistence. When there's hard times, things aren't working out quite the way we would like them to be, we're not getting quite the results we had expected, you just keep going. You never give up. Never give up.
And then you wake up to those emails.
There it is. It happens.
All right, so since we're talking about those emails, and for everybody that doesn't know what we're talking about those beloved, you've just made a mass influence formula commission, someone's just went all in, you've just made $3,000. Can you guys just capsulize, if you can, the emotion that you felt, the joy or whatever you felt when you read those emails and you first found out you just had your $3,000 day?
Well, we have our offices at opposite ends of the house here. So all of a sudden I hear Ellie from the other end of the house say, Carol, come here, I want to show you something. So I go running, and I didn't know if she fell off her chair or what happened. And she says, look. So I look at the computer, and I see it. I said, oh, my God, I can't believe it.
And I think it took a while to hit.
Yeah.
Because then it was like, yeah, that's cool. Oh, my God.
Oh, that's such an awesome story. Such an awesome, I love it.
And you know what's even more exciting about that? The person that did get all in, I'm so excited for her because I know the opportunity she has here. Our goal is to bring her to get a $3,000 day, to get those emails like you and Layla do, all right, that you work with all of us to show us how to do that.
That's what's her name? Sydney?
Yes.
Sydney, yes.
Right. That's awesome. Awesome.
So
If you could share, obviously you don't have to dive into everything that you've been doing, but just share a couple of things that you've been doing daily consistently with us, so everybody watching this can see that you don't have to be, this big time multi-seven-figure, extraordinary business owner marketer. You can be average people like you guys and like Layla and I, who just were here in our living room. You guys, I think it looks like your kitchen. We're just people at home making this incredible income and living a life of freedom. If you could just share some things that you've been doing daily so they can truly see that, hey, I can do this.
blogging every day. Blogging daily. I read every single day. Read something about either personal development or business development. And mindset. Mindset is one of the biggest things. Just gradually, we were both feeling that, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. And every day we felt it more and more. And, we're both very heavy into law of attraction. So we just knew it was going to happen, and it did. And now we're intending and expecting a lot more.
Well, I'm laughing because blogging, there was a time before the blogging platform we have, okay, that wasn't easy.
Right.
It wasn't. I mean, I did it. I set up WordPress things and all years ago, okay? I have to laugh because she said, I can't do that stuff. I said, sit down and watch this. She just bangs them right out. She's better than I am now.
Yeah.
So that's really exciting. Social media.
Very exciting.
And I don't even do all the crazy social media. We're mostly on Facebook.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you do a lot of Facebook.
Isn't that such a beautiful thing that we live in a day and age now that you can follow a system, follow leadership, and focus your attention on blogging, so creating content, focusing just as much attention on yourself through personal development, law of attraction, business development, and then use a site like Facebook, and you can be generating $3,000 days.
That's right, because the people, and they came to us, actually, Sydney, I'm pretty sure. We knew Sydney kind of before this, but she came to us. That's how we ended up with our sponsor, Sue. I went to her. What is this thing you're doing? And I was like,
Right.
That's amazing.
It's a beautiful thing. If you could just share, I want. So you're sitting at, whoever's watching this right now, Ellie, Carol, and I, we don't know, and sorry that Layla had to jump off. Bea was having a little bit of a meltdown, so she had to go take care of that. And I know you probably wanted Layla to stay because she's much more prettier to look at, but she's got, her voice is down, so next time for sure. But no matter, we don't know your story, right? You're watching this right now. You could be watching it in the car, on your iPad. You could be watching it at home. You could, wherever you're watching it, at work, in a cubicle. We don't know your story. We don't know where you're at financially. We don't know where you're at mentally. We don't know your circumstances and your situation. But we know one thing for sure. If you're on this video right now and you're watching this with us, you are seeking a different way. Some way, shape, or form, whether it's blogging, whether it's selling things online, whether it's traditional network marketing, you are seeking a different way. That is for sure. What we have, we can definitely show you that different way. And obviously following leaders like Ellie, following leaders like Carol, like Layla and I, you're going to get there quicker than if you were just doing it by yourself. But if you ladies could share how... And it just happened the other day, so I don't know if it's really sank in, but how you feel about making what most families make in a month to cover car note, to cover mortgage, to cover rent, to cover grocery bills, to cover baby bills, to cover everything. If you could just share how it feels to not only you guys know how to make what families make in a month and a day, but now that you know the power of what you can share to help people like Sydney and other people watching this to do that too. How do you guys feel about that?
That's freedom. That's freedom. When you realize, and you're right, I think the realization is still clicking in here, but when you realize, first of all, once you do it once, oh my God, you can just, yes, you get it. And when we didn't have it, we relied on people like you, though. Okay, if they can do it, those crazy people who lived in the bar, okay, if they could do it, we could do it.
Right, right, right.
But that's when you realize I can, you know, people say, oh, money's not everything. You're right, money's not everything, and it's not going to buy happiness, but neither does poverty. Poverty don't buy happiness. Just making ends meet ekes out your happiness because you're so tense. When you get this, that you can realize, oh no, I can keep doing this. I can show other people how to do this, and I have freedom to call my shots in my life of when I'm going to take my vacation, like you were talking about, and where I'm going to take it and who I'm going to take it with.
Right.
That's huge. People want that freedom.
Right. It's a funny thing, Toby. Somebody that I used to work with a couple of months ago saw on my Facebook, you know, what had transpired, and she put a comment and she said, "Holy mackerel! How did you do that in one day?"
Isn't that awesome? Because most of us who come online onto the internet to do Empower Network and internet marketing, we come from the traditional network marketing story first. Like we heard about a company, we got started, we hammered our friends and family, we hounded them, they hated us, they ended up not talking to us again. We come online, we find this thing that we actually can do, and then we make money with it. So when we're doing the traditional network marketing thing, what are they telling us to do? Go and harass our friends and family, go on Facebook, harass our friends and family, and what do we do? We do it, and then our phone, get real. What are you talking about? And now you flipped it the other way to you're actually doing it, making the money, and now you're having colleagues you used to work with, friends and family seeking you, going, all right, what is this thing you got going on? It's a beautiful thing. It's the way it's actually meant to be, you know, the way it's meant to be. So right now you're either one of two people. You're one person that they've need to gone through in life to get to this point today where you believe in what we have is for you, and you believe you can do it, and you're ready to make a decision, and you're ready to click the button below and come and join our team. So that's the first type of person. The second type of person is someone that just truly doesn't believe in themselves yet, because we've shown you, if you've been on Ellie and Carol's list for any amount of time, or if you've been a follower of Layla and I for any amount of time, we've shown you that it's possible. We've shown you that average everyday Joes like us, who are kind of crazy looking, who are just normal people coming from our living room, can do it. So the belief in the system and the courses is there. It can be done. The only belief that you are missing is the belief in yourself. Wrapping this up, Ellie and Carol, could you just share something from the heart to assist that person who doesn't believe in themselves yet to join us, how you came up with the belief, or you crafted the belief, or you found the belief, not only to take action to join Empower, but then also to create those $3,000 days?
My belief came about when I went to that event, and I witnessed it. I saw it for myself. The first day, the second day, I was getting very interested when I started hearing people's stories, other everyday people, like you say. And I saw what they had done, how they had turned their lives around. And by the third day, I was, oh man, that's it, let's go, sign me up, what do I do? So
it was for you, Carol, it was being kind of immersed in the culture and seeing the stories and feeling everything. Awesome, awesome. What about you, Ellie?
Well, you know, I've had a good belief in myself because I worked for years in personal development. So reading and mindset every day is not unusual for me. I already went through that. I think when people are doubting themselves, I don't even know. It's not really a self-doubt. It really is an other people doubt. You got these stories in the back of your head of people told you what you can and can't do. And while we might regurgitate that, that core being of who you are doesn't believe that. That core being of who you are knows you can do great things. This kind of business, again, is that grassroots where you can start this, you can get in here. You didn't have to be born with a silver spoon in your mouth, or you didn't have to go to Harvard. It costs a lot more money to go to Harvard. And you can be with that diversity that we have here. I mean, here we are, the baby boomers, okay? And, you know, you guys, please, we're probably half your age, so, or you're half our age, whatever. That is amazing to me. If you get in and you get around the culture and don't treat it as a hobby, it's a business. And respect and honor yourself enough to treat it as a business. That's so important.
Cool. I'm getting goosebumps over here. I love it. I love it. Well, I can hear Beatrice upstairs just going absolutely crazy right now, so I'm going to be the good daddy and relieve Mommy of her duties. Ladies, thank you so much for coming on this hangout. We appreciate you. We love you very much. You are inspiring to us, and it's just incredible to be a witness to see not only obviously the life that you guys are living, but the life that you're breathing into other women and other men around the world, and putting your hand out and saying, hey, look, I've done it, I'm being there, I'm doing it, my hand is out to bring you up if you want to believe in yourself, if you want to take action. And that's what it's all about. We've all found a secret, we've all found the secrets of the internet, we've all found the secrets to the universe, and we have them, we live in them, we operate from them. Now we're putting our hand out to bring you up. The decision is yours. So before we go, if you've ever seen the movie The Matrix, where Morpheus, the scene where he's telling Neo all of the things about what's happening really in the real world, and he says to him, do you really want to know what the Matrix is? So think about right now in your life, the Matrix is the circumstances that you're in right now. We're saying to you, we're your Morpheus and you're Neo, we're saying to you, do you want to know what is actually, or do you want to know exactly what's going on and how you can break free of the Matrix by taking the red pill or the blue pill? So right now you have a decision to make. Do you want to watch this hangout and continue about your day or night and doing the exact same things that you've been doing for the last 60, 90 days, 6 years, and 9 years, getting the same results? Or do you want to take that other pill? Do you want to go down the rabbit hole, tap into strategies, proven techniques, a proven system, and get different results and change your life? The choice is completely up to you. Ellie, Carol, and I, we can't change it for you. You have to make the right, smart business decision by yourself. So by now, you've heard enough from us. We love you very much. We appreciate you being here. Ladies, thank you so much for being on. I can't wait to see you in Nashville, which is going to be incredible.
Yes.
So thanks for coming on, ladies.